now. Hello. Hi everyone. So, welcome to this very special edition of East Meets Kitchen meets Wartime Cookery. And I thought that it would be really cool to dig up these books. I got them from the Imperial War Museum in London. This is Victory in the Kitchen, Wartime Recipes, and then this is Wartime Cookery to save fuel and on food value, and it was issued in the National Food Campaign exhibition in 1940. So actually quite fun. I started looking through some of these recipes. There's some pretty interesting ones. There's like potato cheese, there's potato macaroni pudding with just a couple of ingredients. And if you guys have ever read these like very old time type recipe cookbooks before, you will know that they don't give much instruction at all. Cookbooks in the past were definitely made for people who I guess sort of already knew how to cook. So like, for example, for the pea soup, it'll be something like 3 ingredients, fry together, put in ½ pint of cooked peas, mince, and 1 quart of water, boil until tender, thicken with rice or potato flour, sprinkle a little bit of chopped mint on top. And that is the whole recipe of pea soup to that extent. And that's like versus like today where there's, you know, like 10 different instructions for each recipe. Today I thought, you know, being that this is a vegan channel, I thought that to do oatmeal sausage with you all. And not all of the ingredients are actually vegan. There's actually some suet and meat stuff in here as well, but I thought that it would be a really cool one to try because we have some easy substitutes for that. I thought that I would show you a little bit of the book first though. So it is called Wartime Cookery to Save on Fuel and Food Value. So fuel you guys know, but I think food value is to just like maximize on nutrition with the foods that you have. And so in the first page of the book, it says, keep a vegetable stock pot with the water from celery, leeks, onions, carrots, potatoes, all of your vegetables. Never throw these liquids down the sink. They contain valuable minerals and vitamins and partly help to make up deficiency in rationed food. Other stuff like that. Cook meals as far as possible with 1 unit of heat. So in 1 large steamer, or like if you're baking something, make sure to bake everything all at once. And reminds you of like one pot cooking and whatnot. And then on the bottom page, so like the initial page is kind of, I guess, just stating the general rules for these recipes. Introduce into the menu as often as possible the following foods. So meat, tripe, cow heel, oxtail, liver, heart, kidney. You have stuff like fats, olive oil, vitaminized margarine, dripping, suet, nuts. Cereals, you have your vegetables, carrots, sweets, beets, fruits, and fish. So I guess introduce as much nutrient-dense things as you can as often as possible, but when making it, don't waste anything. So yeah, okay. I want to do a couple of recipes from this actually, but let's go ahead and start off with oatmeal sausage. So interesting, these recipes, sometimes like the wording is a little bit different too, and the terminology is funky. So oatmeal sausage, ingredients, oatmeal alone or oatmeal and meat. So I guess when you can put both things together, ½ pint of stock. So ½ pint, 2 cups, ½ pint, 1 cup of stock. Okay. So let's start. Put ½ an ounce of fat into the saucepan. I'm sure what they mean is like lard or something, but fry in it 1 ounce of onion. I'm sure it should be like a white onion. Not flying. Oops. Or 1 ounce. So let me just measure this. Audience members in America that don't use scales, but I actually find that scales, especially for baking, is quite useful because you just dump everything in and it's really easy. Okay, So about a half an onion, that was 1.3 ounces. I would default to another close-up camera, but this kitchen is messy enough and it's not big and I have the light on this side and I just didn't want to make it overwhelming. So we're gonna just do that. I should turn this on. Okay, and then a half a pint of stock. So I'm just gonna get everything together first. So I have a cup of water here. I'm going to make this stock with these Kalo cubes. I'm just gonna have it because I think 1 cube is for 2 cups, and then chopsticks naturally. So I'm just making that all together. And I think in looking through these wartime books, I mean it's somewhat similar to pandemic cooking, but what I've noticed is different things are available than not. Like I do think that I see more often than not like yeast and flour. So half a pint of stock, that's good. A pinch of mixed herbs, peppers, and salt. So I just feel like this is the type of recipe that's going to need a lot of help. So a good pinch of that. I'm just gonna put that in. Cool. Fry the onion. Okay, let me just turn this on then. You fry an onion in a stock pot because later on we're going to be adding the oatmeal in, so you need a bigger pot. So first off is to fry the onion. So just or a spatula. Okay, so those will be frying. What else? Okay, then put in 2 ounces of shredded suet. So suet, for you guys who don't know, is just it's like rendered, it's animal fat, kind of like lard. So because we're not gonna do that, but I still want to impart like a very meaty flavor, I'm going to use yeast extract. And yeast extract, if you guys don't know, in so many different vegetarian stock recipes, but also in just normal stock recipes, they will use yeast extract because it smells like meat. This is the secret sauce to making meat taste like meat. So 4 ounces of oatmeal, and 2 ounces of it needs to be coarse, and then 2 ounces of it needs to be fine. So I put this in the blender this morning. So it essentially becomes kind of like oatmeal flour. So 2 ounces of that. This is 2 ounces. So mix very well with a wooden spoon and boil until like a very thick porridge, about 10 or 15 minutes. Add 1 tablespoon of Worcester sauce, put mixture onto plate to cool slightly, cut into 6, and then roll them into sausage shapes, coat with a batter and fry. Fry in deep fat, if possible, and then serve with mashed potatoes. So, okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys over to this side here where the magic is happening. Fried these up for a couple of minutes now, just, I guess just make sure it's caramelized. Then put 2 ounces of your shredded suet. So that's when I'm gonna use this not nutritional yeast, just yeast extract. It's gonna make it taste very meaty. So melt. Okay. I forgot to add my stock. Hold on. Add the stock. This is going to be the coarse oatmeal. And then this is the oatmeal flour. So cook for 10 to 15 minutes until it gets nice and thick. Great. Cool. Yes, I forgot the Worcestershire? So I think I don't have any Worcestershire sauce with me, so I'm going to just put little bit of soy, a little bit of vinegar, and I think that there's stuff like mustard and spices and stuff, but it's whatever. It looks okay. I don't know if it needs 10 to 15 minutes, but sure. Okay, so you can see this is like minute 12. I think I'm gonna just shut it off now, but it is pretty thick. I'm just gonna take it off the heat now. Oh, okay. Remember how it said to batter fry it at the end, so we're just gonna make a small batter for it. I'm gonna take the same plate. I guess if you have flour, use flour. I'm gonna go very gourmet. I'm gonna use rice flour just to lighten up that load. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Make myself a rice batter. Batter these guys up with. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've let this cool down a bit. It definitely can be one mass now. So what they recommend is that we divide it up into sausage size pieces and then we just roll them up like this. And at this point it's pretty much similar to dough. I think what I would recommend is, I've already kind of done this, but to try a piece of it and then to see like what else does it need. Like, does it need more salt? Does it need more pepper? To your liking. And surprisingly, it does not taste that bad. It's actually pretty good. It's tender. It kind of just tastes like solidified oatmeal, but with whatever flavoring that you put in it. So I think that combination that we did of the vegetable stock along with some of the yeast extract, that really made it taste quite meaty. So. Okay, cool, that looks good. Let's see. Yeah, I think I could probably do 7 actually. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so the moment of truth. Got one of these guys open. It's actually quite nice. The batter probably did wonders for it. It's really crunchy on the outside. Looks wise, like it looks exactly like a sausage. Like it's crumbled up, ground up meat. Smell is actually not bad either. That's actually quite good. You know what it actually really tastes like though is kind of like a risotto after you've flavored it really well. Just it tastes like little bits of rice on the inside, but I think the vegetable stock along with the yeast extract, like I thought it was going to be too salty because initially when I was trying out the meat by itself, I was like, oh, this is gonna be way too salty, but it does kind of get quite cloying because it is because I did take a big bite. And I think if you wanted to health it up a little bit, you could probably just dip this in that, maybe like put like a little bit of oil in it and then stick it in the air fryer. Doesn't need the outside crunch. I think crunch always helps with texture, especially because the inside is soft, but it's not soft in like a weird way. It's quite nice. It's kind of just like risotto rice. I am very, very surprised. And of course, like, this is wartime recipe, so there's not much stuff in it. But if you wanted to add like little pieces of carrots or like, you know, chopped quite small, little pieces of carrots, little pieces of, I don't know, even like broccoli, mushrooms, like this is actually really, really good. I need to write down the recipe of how I kind of modified it just a little bit, but I will put the recipe down for you guys in the description box as well as you know what we ended up putting in. But this is really, really good. This is really, really good. I like it a lot. I'm gonna just eat all of this first. So yeah, let me know down below if you guys like to see more of these wartime recipes, because this is really good. I'm pleasantly impressed. So yeah, like let me know if you guys want to see more of it. I will make some more if you do want to see it. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys all again next time. All right, bye.